Welcome to the English Mystic Podcast. I'm your host, English Mystic, Dragon Shaman, Spirit Whisperer, and Mr. Explorer of all things seen and unseen. You're tuning in to a very special series honouring the epic Dragon Thunder Summit 2025, a worldwide gathering of visionaries, dragon channels, energy workers and soul-shifting guides. The summit brought together 36 incredible speakers from across the world, each sharing their unique gifts, wisdom and connection with the dragon realms. In this podcast series, we're diving deep, one episode at a time, into the essence of each speaker, their transmission, their gifts, and all the healing and awakening and dragon connections they've brought forward. To explore more about each speaker or to access the full summit replays, visit www.dragonthunder2025.com. Now breathe deep, call in your dragons, and let's step through the portal together. Our next speaker is Lawrence Valencia, a psychic surgeon from Ontario in Canada, and he shares stories and also installs for us a skill affecting manifestation. He also clears the space and creates a barrier for us, and it ensures that we, the attendees, receive what we are intended to receive. He discusses things like deification, star seats, and the acceleration of psychic gifts, and emphasizes that every one of us has different truths and experiences, and that all truths are valid. He also shares his awakening journey and the skills he has developed.
So I want to start right now. Here we are, and we're going to invite Lawrence, our first speaker, to come on. I'm going to share with you a little bit about Lawrence. Lawrence is Valencia is a dragon light language healer, artist, fascinating mystic. He loves to communicate and often associates with the world of spirituality. It's a way of connecting with the wisdom and energy of dragons, and in this unique language. Symbols, sounds, gestures are used to convey deep spiritual messages, healing, and insights. It's a way to tap into the ancient knowledge and the guidance that dragons possess, helping individuals on their spiritual journeys. Like I said, he's beautiful here to help, and we'll let you tell us more, Lawrence. Unmute and introduce yourself. Say hello to everyone and welcome, and thank you for being our start of the show.
Mic test. Can anyone hear me?
Yep.
All good? Okay, thank you. So, hi, I'm Lawrence. I used to say I'm a representative of a collective, but that went over that for a couple of months already. And technically, I'm a psychic surgeon. I'm a alternate self illustrator. So technically, I can draw your higher selves or lower selves, whatever it is. I'm a Akashic reader, but I'm also more inclined on my psychic surgery part. So that's what I commonly do right now. So as well, yes, that's it for now.
Well, lovely. That sounds like amazing service. Where are you from? Where do you?
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Ah, lovely. Beautiful. So what are you going to share with us today? What are you going to be talking about?
There's a lot of stuff. So what will we be doing today is gonna be like I'm gonna share some stories, but that may have hints that I couldn't really share. It's meant for those who needs to hear it. I will install. Normally, as a psychic surgeon, I just don't really open you up in everything, right? But
Right.
I will do an install to everyone.
Okay.
Skill that I just had a download this morning because I was like asking, what do I need to install to them right now? And so they gave me a skill that is affecting your manifestation per se.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the bonus today. And they said they will allow me to install my bundle, what I call bundle, which is the service that I provide.
Yep.
and it's only good for 1 week.
Hmm.
But the big thing is that once it's in you, it affects your lives some part permanently. But I will explain more on it on what it does later on. But there's a
Yeah.
1 week that you will be availing it and everything. So
Well, it sounds like we're going to be receiving your medicine bundle. In our native
yes,
tradition, we call it that. And your codes of light that you're going to be gifting through you to us are going to be a resonant field that we get to share with you, experience from you, and receive from you. And I'm looking forward to that with you. And I'm sure everyone else here is. So you're welcome to begin, and
thank
we're
you.
all yours. So thank
So
you for joining, being here.
thank you.
Mhm.
So hi again. I'm Lawrence, and if everyone is still awake, thank you for coming to Dragon Thunder. This is probably your 20th hour in the session. So I hope you're still more energetic along the way. I think since we are in the tail of the session, will be discussing a little bit more advanced than the previous ones. And when I say advanced, it's like it's way beyond your seven chakra um, template and everything. And when I also say advanced, the things that I will be discussing is about beyond duality and technically beyond ascension. So technically, you have your duality, then your ascended master's phase. Then you will have to be in your deification. Technically, you're going to your God self per se. There's a huge sorry, they a lot of my team or spirit guides or whatever you call them are keep on telling me this one, discuss this one, discuss this one. So I'm trying to sort them out. So they are telling me to let's clear the space first. I will be affecting all of your spaces, creating barrier, clearing everything, ejecting what is not needed. Done. Yep, all good. So I cleared the space. Created a barrier that will stay with you for like 24 hours. Now, no, none of the highest best good will be able to enter it or hear anything or do anything. And you will receive what you are intended to receive in this session. Let me see. Yeah, that's all done. Sorry about the interruption. They just sometimes interrupt me, and sometimes I'm channeling, and they're like, "Do this." So I lost where I was at before they interrupted me. So we will be talking about deification and how we will be able to do that. Also, there's a huge push for people to be accelerated, especially for the star seeds, because as you notice, everyone are starting to awaken their psychic gifts. And when everyone becomes psychic, don't put this in a negative thought, but chaos comes first before order. So a lot of awakening gifts are opening up, and for order to come, they will allow everyone to develop fully their gifts. So so that's why there's a huge push with clearing, healing, and everything. And I've seen insane amounts of healing to the point that it's not just energy, it's to the point that you can see it physically, like curses and everything. I've seen it since I was a child, so I was exposed to that environment to be able to deliver and tell you about it in this moment, because it's fine to be ignorant about it, but it's out there. It's now in the age of Aquarius that everything is now surfacing for everyone to to be aware of it, not to scare you, but to the point that they are saying that you have a choice and you can do it too. And there are possible ways that you have support. Your team, your angels, your ascended masters, your ascended ancestors, galactics. There's like a football team right in your back right now. And there are many to for you to be guided in this moment. And they took me off topic. Okay, where do you want to discuss right now? So you're in this session because you are meant to hear this message. And what I'm trying to, everything is divinely guided. And you, everyone have different truths. My truth might be not your truth. And specifically, my experiences are different from your experiences. And all truths are true, no matter how absurd they are, because not all dimensions or realms play the same laws as what we have in here, especially for those who have been exposed to other extraterrestrial norms or cultures in even physics and planets. So everyone can have their own truths, and you will not be judged. Some of what I will say will resonate. Take those and run away with it. And what else doesn't resonate, just leave it. You may have to what I call this now, rewatch these sessions, like the whole Dragon Thunder sessions, for you to get a second perspective on what the speakers are saying, so that you can see it in a different lens, in a more mature way. So what some of our speakers, you probably don't, you couldn't understand what they're saying right now, or it hurts your pride, or it hurts your programming, that you don't see this. But later in your journey, you will come a time that you will say, so that's what they are talking about. So you may not experience it yet, but somewhere along the way, you will be. And it's fine. And there's no point in, it's hot, sorry. There's no point in forcing yourself to be accelerated. Also, a lot of us have like, I wish we could have their gifts. I wish I could learn that too. But the thing is that you don't have to. You have your own gifts. Everyone have clairs. The same thing that every one of us learns math, learns English, learns a different language, and how to do different kinds of jobs, right? We have our own fortes. So the same thing with psychic gifts. You have your own fortes in your gifts, your weaknesses and strengths. So try to focus on your strengths, and the way you can heal someone can be different in multiple modalities, and depends on what kind of gifts you have. Like, I'm gonna tell you a lot of them, what I have been exposed to. Some can send a request to their spirit team, and they will discuss with the spirit team, especially the higher selves of their clients or themselves, on how to heal them. And they will go like that. Some talk to the body and even talk to the cells to have to deal with that one. Some talk to the subconscious selves, so that to release the trauma, and so that they don't need to what do you call this, relieve the sensation. One example of that one is that there's one client who got hit by an arrow in his alternate life. I couldn't say past because they're happening in the now. And in this life or iteration, he have an asthma. As soon as he realized that he had an alternate life, that he died with a, what I call this, arrow, and drowned with his own blood, suddenly asthma gone. Technically, he laughed about it when I asked him, "Hey, how's your asthma?" He was like, "What asthma?" So there's these kinds of healing. There's multiple ways. There's Reiki. The thing with Reiki is you're transferring energy with to another person, but you're sacrificing. So technically, that's not a balanced type of thing, unless there's multiple ways to divert it. Like you are connecting to something that's taking from that energy, diverting it to that person, and you're becoming the conduit of the Reiki energy. So there's multiple ways on how to do these kinds of healing, and I could name multiple more. Depends on what kind of clairs you have. And the thing is that when I my guides on how they teach me is they let me experience it. The fun part of it is there's one time they let me because I'm dealing with people with physically, and I touch their physical part so that they can go beyond this physical reality and beyond. And there's one lesson they have to teach me, like it's called anesthesia. Technically, that's what it means. It's anesthesia. And for me to develop it, they have to let me feel pain. Pain, it's so painful that I have to like feel it for 1 hour, 1.5 or two, that I feel like I'm being stabbed in the face in here. And I was like, shut down that nerve. Oh, detach this. So I'm struggling while I'm in pain. So that's it, excruciating pain. I feel like I'm dying. And that's how hard my lessons is. For me to create these skills or system, they have to let me experience the things that I have to deal with to create the skills that I install to my patients or customers. And to the point that I can even experience like psychic attacks, or you can even see the dark entities blowing to you with your like your mind splitting, whatever. There's multiple like the worst thing that I have experienced is like what they call kill curse, like your Harry Potter have Adava Kadabra, something like that, but it exists. Um, we operate in a large scale manner that we try to keep on hitting every timeline in every dimension and every realm to keep all of this from happening. And that's what we are being doing with my collective. And my collective signed me up, or my higher self or oversoul signed me up for almost all of the light workers job to do. So I've experienced majority all of them. So it was like crazy. So what they want me to discuss. So if you want, this is my brief what do you call this journey when I was awakening. And sorry, it's a dragon thunder, but I keep on yapping like this when I'm channeling. So I'm trying to get the information as fast as I can, because they're like chattering in my back end. I'm
It's
trying
all
to choose
good.
which one.
It's all good. It's all good. We're with you, and it's okay. Just you find the channel, and when it comes in, we'll listen. So
Because
you're
I
doing
created the
great.
script. I
You're
created
doing
the script,
great.
but they was like, no, oh hell no, we're not gonna follow that one. Do this, do
They
this.
they wouldn't let me have one either, so I'm with you, brother. You
Oh
just
boy.
have to be in the moment with all of us. And most of us here are really receiving what you're saying. So trust you're talking to an awake audience. A lot of us are right
Mhm.
there.
So
Thank you.
a little bit on, thank you. A little bit on my awakening journey. I started awakening when I had I usually work like 9 to 5, then I do my renovations afterward. So technically I work 9 to 5, then after that I do my construction like 6 to 1 a.m., 12 a.m. So I'm more like what you call a zombie per se, to the point that I drink coffee for like water. And one time I suddenly have an NDE. Technically, my body got shut out of my body. I went through the roof. I can see the insulation and everything. The roof all pulled out all the way to the sky, to the point that I can see the curvature of Earth. And if you ask me, in this timeline, Earth is not flat. Certain for so that's my truth. You don't have to push yourself, because I've seen the flat Earth. I've seen it, that timeline, and it's not good. So don't try to go to that flat Earth timeline. But it's there. And I've been asked, are you willing to go? You're technically done. But if you go, you will face more lessons, more timelines, more things that you want to experience that will need multiple lives. So I said, I don't know. And that the thing with that OBE is that it's not like you're just conscious. You can feel your skin, you can see it, you can hear it, you can feel the air fluttering and everything. The thing is that when I looked down, I saw some dark entities like humongous dinosaur type, brontosaurus, huge dark entities going to my house. And at that time, I let my emotions just go through with it. And there's one thing that's holding me in the shoulders here, and I just remove it. I remove it forcefully, and I couldn't fly. So I for that time I know that I can force some kind of energy in my hand and create a spear and throw it on one entity, and it splattered. I dropped, and when I dropped, I landed right in front of my patio doors. And when I saw my reflection, that's normally if you're an astral traveler, you will see yourself. If you look in a mirror, it's either an orb or a light body. And when I look at myself, I was like, oh, I'm not human. I was like a 30-foot angel with 5 flat horns with wings. And I was like, I have wings. Why did I drop? so so that's the funny part about it. But at then I when you go to your astral realm, some people fear looking at the mirror. And I keep on looking at the mirror just to confirm, like, is this really my soul in this earth? And yep, that's my soul. So I've confirmed it multiple times. And after that awakening, I've been attacked and everything. I saw attachments from my family that, like, I'm just beside my wife. Suddenly there's this dark entity pop out. He noticed that I noticed him. He shoot like a vibration, like a shouting vibration that you couldn't hear, but it's almost splitting your head. So I was like, I need to wake up. I need to wake up. So because I couldn't do anything, so I wake up myself. They taught me some mudras for light protection. I think it's this one. So I do that, enter my what I call this astral self, and hunt that guy down. And that's the last dark entity that I killed. Last, because there's multiple ways to deal with them without vanishing them. Um, because there's a lot of later more stories about that one. I think I talk about it on my podcast, but I'll push that story for now. So I got hopeless because the parasite is keep on going back. You kill, you got to replace. It's technically like having honey, killing one bee, there's another one replacing it. So it's the same thing with people. So they said, how about crystals? So that's my introduction to crystals. So that's my technically what do you call this? Temporary protection for now. So I started using crystals and everything. So after crystals, there will be a stage where you started what do you call this? Sun gazing or moon gazing. Technically, you stare at the sun, and to the point that you started to see energy particles or mana, what they call it, or ether. And at that time, I suddenly got introduced to like golden symbols from my angelic selves. And I was like, what's that? Then there's someone in the washroom in the
I,
in the
I
can
know.
you
I'm just gonna shut
yeah
her camera off.
yeah yes please. So my bad. Sorry about that. So so that's when I started light language. The first light language form that I have is like what do you call this? Symbols. So I started drawing them, and each of your this is the thing. Each of your higher selves or lower selves, I'm not giving them anymore. Alternate selves. They have a skill that they can teach you. Especially my dragon higher self is a galactic, the crystalline dragon. He's black, but his wings are like made of amethyst, similar to this one. And he taught me about how to scribe light language. So I started drawing them. And when I started drawing them, I started joining the group for like light language what do you call this, groups, and people started feeling things. And when I started to join Dragon Thunder, that's when I started to draw my Dragon higher self. And like the thing that he gave to me to transcribe is what he called Dragon's Blessing. I think it's way old post from before, and he said that you just transcribed it, and people who will get it will just get what they need or what they want for that moment. So that so after that, I have a voice that sounds scary, but I don't know what it was before. But as soon as I enter the phase where you're starting to let me, they said, "How about you try speaking light language?" So that's what my dragon light language is. It's my initial, and I use it more, but each light language have its own function. Like sometimes you will get multiple dialects, like some from like with what we call divine mothers, and they become like soothing types, and some can be upgrading type like Arcturians and everything, and some have dragon types, sometimes most of the time empowering or something to do with your pride or masculine energies, but it could differ. And that, don't limit yourself with what I say. It's just a perspective, and most of us see the cup in multiple ways. Some see it circle, some see it as square, but it's all true. It's just my perspective. So take it as not take it literally, but as a perspective on what I have been exposed to or what I have been um, experienced to explain. Um, okay. Enough with storytelling. Okay. So we will be installing, they said. Let's install first. The thing is that I'm not sure how many at the moment. Last time I checked, I have created like last year probably 3,000 skills. I think it's probably 5,000 now. To the point that it's all intermingled, that I just create auxiliary skills. Technically, like skills supporting skills that is supporting skills. Like, let's say, if I give you some kind of protection skill, you need energy to power it. When does it activate? What's the trigger? Who does it affect? Who doesn't it affect? So there's multiple branches per thing. Does this affect your lessons? Does this, so something like that? Because I'm a lazy spiritualist, so I kinda, they said, you cannot really keep on focusing on your spirituality because you have to focus on your present, because you're a father, you're a breadwinner, and you do construction and everything. So we have to put away these things that is hampering you to fully automated. But for me to go from that lower end to right now took me probably 6 months to totally develop the initial base of it. But still, until right now, I'm still creating skills because of what we are being exposed to. My last skill that I created is the one that I was about to give for free. And the skill that was exclusive to me that I created is, I'm allowed to say it? Who votes no? So yes, okay. So they're like voting yay. So sorry. So because sometimes I cannot divulge some truths, like, okay, I'm not gonna say that. I cannot even give a hint. Okay. There's truths that I already know that I couldn't even divulge yet. But it's exciting. But it depends on what kind of perspective you are going to see it. But the thing is that when you see it, when I say it right now, you won't understand it. So majority will have a negative effect. So it's rather be left for future messages. So they said you cannot really just keep on doing your spirituality. So we have to develop it to the point that it's automatic. Multiple ways can do it automatically. I can tell you multiple ways right now. You can even tell your chakras to do automatic clearing. You can tell your body, do this. You can update yourself. You can create updates yourself. You have to create, command yourself to be, like you can even say to your DNA, expand, unlimited. Remove the, technically you can will it technically. But the thing that's the issue with that one is the repercussions to balance it out. Everything has a law balance. So I experienced that one by, like, sometimes they say, hey, you cannot go through this because you ask for us guidance. If you go through this, there's consequences. But I said, oh, I like it. I'll do it anyway. So I did it, and I was like, yeah, that's the consequence. I didn't regret it, but I'm responsible for what I did. So there's multiple ways, like I'm gonna have this 24/7 protection. I said, cool, protection. But the thing is that it it made me sleepy in the middle of the day because it's eating energy. So that's why I said, though. So you have to create protection, triggers, and everything. And there's also detection, things that you are not aware of or unknown to you. You may not be in under the clause. There's a lot of gray holes with entities or existences are going through to get to you. And sometimes you're protecting yourself from outside, but they're already inside of you. Like they're pre-exist before you reincarnated, or they are bypassing with the things that you eat, you consume, you breathe, because you willfully do that. Like you put the food in your mouth, that means by intent, you're giving them the, what do you call this, consent, that I'm willingly putting this into my mouth and body, therefore I give you power over it. So there's multiple ways to, I have to sort through all of those, and that's why there's 5,000 skills and counting, and there's multiple ways. And I work with crystals as well. I'm wearing currently, it's not recommended, I'm wearing almost 80 crystals right now. In my neck, there's like a, Egyptian, like a headdress. There's like this. I have some kind of like that crystals in me in here like this. And they say, oh, it's heavy. I said, no, it's not. And some people say it have conflicting energies. That's true. You cannot wear multiple or too much crystals without conflicting energy unless you program them, unless you start to harmonize them. And like, say, you can even say it as simple as like, I'm gonna wear these crystals and everything, but when I need, what I want, and when I need it in the moment, you give it to me. Let's say I have amethyst and I have carnelian. I'm not sure which one is for the energy, but amethyst is calming, right? When I'm angry, you need to calm me down. So technically, that's what we call intent trigger. So you can program them all like that. Then you can hook them up to your energy that you use to hook up with Reiki, so you don't need to re-clear them. Or you can transmute what they absorb negatively and change it from muddy water to clear water, and you absorb it yourself, which powers your manifestation, and you get what you want. And you're happy when everyone is giving you negative energy, because you're taking it all in, transmuting it, and absorbing it, and it powers your positive manifestation. So there's multiple ways on handling things. You don't have to keep on blocking. Blocking takes too much energy. And sometimes when you start blocking, they will, have you ever heard the word energetic ping pong? Keep on sending, they keep on going in like this, and it never ends. I got blamed by one of my guides for doing that for one time. And I said, just stop, just transmute this to something. So there's multiple stages on how you have to approach energies like this. That's why I can show myself in multiple, like large crowds, and I'm fine, because I'm transmuting everything automatically. And that's why I'm like, I just came back from like mudding. I'm doing construction as well, so for fun as well. So that's so much. let's install. They said, "Well, let's install." Okay, so let's install. I always preset my skills to will not trigger. It will never activate if you're planning to use it on bypassing your lessons, or you're not going to use it for the highest best good of all. It will not ever trigger. And especially malicious intent and everything, it will not trigger. And I also preset. Oh, I forgot to tell you that I will be assigning each and every one of you a specific guardian. You can tell in your mind which creature you want, but it's fine. Um, it depends on what you want, but I will assigning you. So when you see them, they're just there to guard you in regards on whatever else is preventing you from moving forward. And I've assigned multiple guardians with my clients and everything, and they've seen them, and sometimes they look scary, but they said, "Oh, I saw him deal with someone," and I was like, "Oh, that's fine." So they started thanking them and everything because they started thanking me, but I said, "It's not me, it's them who's guarding me." So I just delegate. And here's the thing, in some healers, especially the ones that I told before, that in one healing modality, you send a request to your spirit team on what you want to heal, and they will go discuss what is the best approach to deal with it, and they will technically deal with your subconscious mind and everything and let it heal on its own. Sometimes you have to go to astral and deal with it. Like I told you, I was working like 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, heavy construction and heavy computing. I program. So I'm a programmer as well. So I do mind stuff and physical stuff all at the same time. So everyone with my kind of schedule will burn out easily. And right now, with so much, I always modify myself before I release it. With so much modification I have a modification on the moon where they said, quit drinking coffee. Imagine someone prolifically treating coffee as water, as me. The next day, I don't have some kind of like recoil from abruptly stopping coffee. I just drink water. So they have to let me change that one to work on my brain and everything. So I didn't have recoil and I stopped drinking coffee since then. I drink coffee from time to time for fun, but I didn't have the recoil. The other fun things that I did with my physical, what I call this, modification to myself, I work out. They said, work out right now. You're fine. You did your modification. Then I work out. Sometimes some people feel soreness the next day. I don't feel that anymore. So what I do is I try to lift the heaviest that I can do because you can feel still the limit. But the next day I'm like, go on working. I sleep. I can work even with just 2 hours or 3 hours sleep. And the next day I'm still like, I slept the whole day. So there's multiple modification that I did that I haven't released yet. That, okay, fine. Okay.
So I'm just going to
Okay.
give you like 10. So we're at 12:36. So
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
10, 15 minutes if you want. I don't know how long your activation is, but just give you that sort of like,
Okay.
want to be wrapping up in about 15 minutes.
Sure. It will be quick. So they just want me to explain shortly about the packages. Technically, I have 4 packages, 2 that I didn't release, 2 I bundled up. The first package is technically healing, releasing everything. Technically, the groundwork to deal with what's existing right now in your body in whatever sense. I couldn't enumerate more because there's a laundry list of healing that needs to be done. Ancestral wise, genetic wise, emotional, physical, everything. The second one is prevention. So that's why I bundled them up, because one is dealing with the current, then stopping it from reoccurring, really clearing and everything, and the stuff. And prevention, technically, like invasion, mind control, everything. to the point, curses and everything. The third one that I didn't release is technically expansion. So it expands your gifts and everything, skills that expands it. And the fourth one is acceleration. Right now, my manifestation is almost instantaneously that it surprises me. And there's also a skill, what I call, what do you call this? Manifestation prevention. Because when you think about it, it doesn't just manifest your positive things. It manifests negative. That's why worrying is the worst kind of prayer, because you give them energy with your thought, future, emotion, action. Great recipe for manifesting negative. So when you worry, you hit the 4 major manifestation recipe to make it a reality. So I canceled that one too. So installation, we will be installing right now. Let me know. The only thing I'm just asking confirmations with your higher selves, because it won't happen unless they agree, or it's not meant to be. Okay. Now I need your consent. Now, if you consent for me to do a psychic surgery on you, or like touch you, because technically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna touch every cell of you, every particle of energy of you, and implement this, because it will affect everyone around you, especially your aura. If your aura is as big as a city, then everyone within that city will be affected by you, and you may be absorbing and clearing all those energy. And sometimes you may get a heavy palpitation. Just try to breathe through it, or if you need medical concern, just go, because you might get a surge of energy, because I don't want to waste energy, and I want to transmute them and give it back to you. So that's what I want as well. So let me see. Okay, guardians have been assigned. You will see them immediately, or they will let you know within the dream. Most of them are elementals, fairies, whatever you wish. You can change them. You can tell them to move away or go back where they came from. It's all fine. You're in control. Let's install. So if you agree to this installation, I will be opening or modifying all of you in all different timelines, and even dimensions, planes of existence. And I will be installing the skill, which is what I call this. Let me see. Let me just. I forgot about which one they want to install. There's too many. So don't worry about connectivity or power of it. It's all predetermined, or like I manage the energy, so it doesn't eat yours personally, or it's so little that you don't even feel it. Let me just get the skill. Freebies, thank you. So the skill that I will be installing is what you call opportunity magnet. So what opportunity magnet does, it detects and attracts and notifies you about opportunities that you may have missed, even from the smallest one to the biggest one. And sometimes it could trigger you to like tingling in your ear, or depends on what kind of clear you have. So it's not limited to what I'm saying, or sometimes they give me a mental flick to wake up or something like that, to not miss the opportunity, or some people get a twist in their tummy. So it depends. So you may have to meditate to see what kind of trigger are specifically designed for you. And if you consent for this installation, also I'm doing a flash 1 week bundle 1, which is the one full clear and maintenance. for you, which is good for 1 week. But doing just the first package is already pulling a lot of healing stuff on your end. I couldn't enumerate enough on what it's in it because, well, because of the limited time. So if you consent to this, just say only for the highest best good of all. Close your eyes, opening all up, installing to all of your bodies, all of your souls, all of your selves, all of your iterations, all of your particles, micro to macro, past, present, and future planes of existence. Closing your app, disconnecting all the energy that have been taken, or which is like negative energy, curses, ties, and everything will be returned to you. You can just think where it needs to go. It could power your wealth, health, relationships, or you can tell them to go evenly in everywhere where it's needed to be. There's gonna be huge changes for this week. So if you feel awful, it's just your body starting to readjust to your new self, to your new timeline. And I'm happy for you, and I'm thankful for me to be able to be of service. Disconnect. Here's your sliver of energy. Put it back. Sorry, I took a sliver of energy. I forgot to give consent. I take consent, but I have to give it back because I don't take other people's energy. You can transmit it back to yourself. And I'm sorry, there's not much time, and everyone quiet. So, so it's a Q&A. So if you have questions, let me know. Sorry if it's a rush.
was going to say you can either like speak now, turn on your camera, because we've still got a few minutes before we're going to welcome the next speaker. But thank you. That was even though it was very short, it's very powerful. So thank you.
Also, if you want to, you can put questions in the chat for later too. If Lawrence, if you're going to stay around, sometimes people might put chats, and I put your links in the chat for everyone for Lawrence's information. It's there in the flow.
Let me just. It's mine. Oh, I'm gonna put in the other thing.
And people are saying they felt that download. So beautiful.
There's a huge hint as well. You may, or if there's not much question, I can continue yappering.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
just
keep
kidding.
talking.
So
You can
the
make this is your time.
so
Please
this
do.
is one. I'm not sure. It's a concern that I have is that you don't have a it's like a operating system. You don't have to download templates once. So you can tell your templates, your DNA, your energies to update to the maximum that you are allowed or your body can take right now to the most highest it can take. And you will suddenly see, or you can even ask your body, what's my highest dimensions that I can access? And it sometimes can go from 1 digit to 2 to 4. I've seen people go to beyond. So there's that. So you can update your own templates and your what do you call this, codes. Technically, it's not just you activate it once and it's automatically updated. And that's part of the what do you call this expansion, because you have to automatically update all of those multiple subjects that everyone is talking about. There's like what's that one? Too many to enumerate, to like update, like codes, patterns, templates, and soul patterns and everything. Installed guide was one. Already have. Oh, there you go. What's is there any other questions, or you want me to discuss something?
I don't see anybody asking anything or anything. I just want to tell you, it was really great to hear you talk about how you know, we don't have to be trying to put away things. It's like really being able to embrace life and show up the way we meet things. I believe
Yes.
everything's crying in the world to be met, and that everything is here to heal, that literally every particle, every being. So I love that you're an empathic superhero, and that you use your empathic superhero powers to come in and meet people. I've experienced that in my work too, where I feel people for days before they arrive, and that way I know where to go, and how to go in to empathetically meet what's there. And it's a really powerful gift to have that ability. And I admire that you're doing that while working several jobs. It sounds like you're very busy. You're a very busy daddy. Um,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So, in your expansion experience, if late, are you noticing that a lot of new gifts are arriving like almost every day?
Um, some of the gifts that I have seen, it's like I was biking and I've depends on which gifts you are. Some people are time elemental or different kinds of element, but one of my pre-gifts are time and space.
Mm,
So precognition that they sit. So I've seen this squirrel cross the road and it got hit by the car. And to the point that was like a split second, I was like, whoa. Then when I was nearing him, he was about to do the same thing. So I tilted my bike in front of him and he went backwards instead. So there's that one. And there's one where you have another um, third eye. You are not limited to one.
mhm,
Oh, by the way, my third eyes are all dragon related. And I have two third eyes when I wake up, one moon, one sun, because
mm,
one is purple, one is gold.
mm,
And I keep on seeing them to the point that every time I look outside, I can see energy particles on demand. Whenever I need them, I can see them. So I'm not sure if it's aura or something, but it's like energy particles. When I
I
ask them what
understand.
kind of,
It's space dust.
I ask them what are you? It's like they call themselves mana or ether,
hmm
but I forget
Nanos,
what I was.
nano
Yes,
angelics,
yes,
nano angelics. I work with them too. They're amazing. Oh, so fun. Your
I
background
know.
reminds me of that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's too many stories from galactics to gods to
Mm,
ascended masters. There's too many to tell. So, but time wise, we couldn't do it. There's even one time that when the galactics goes to my house,
mhm,
Acturian, and they have to beam up the update to my forehead. And I was
mhm,
like meditating. I know it's real because all the dogs in my neighborhood started going crazy.
mhm.
As soon I can see them from far away, they're like, "Brrr," then the dog's like, "Wow, wow, wow, oh my god!" Then I was like, "What's up?" Then they were like, "Beam." Brrr. I was like, "What's this about?" It's an update. Your vessel couldn't take the new changes that you've been doing. So okay, okay. Then suddenly they gone. Then everything started quieting down. So there's multiple experiences that
Mhm,
um and if people ask if they're still waiting out there, if
mhm.
there's UFO, they're already here. They're underneath your feet. They're underneath the sea. They're in the clouds.
Yeah.
There are people with walking beside you. I keep on seeing them sometimes just standing in the middle of the road. They're everywhere. So
We are not alone.
yes.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Lawrence, you are so right. Well, you have about 9 more minutes for your time slot. You can keep talking and keep
Hmm.
sharing right up until the very end.
This is a mind twister that they just taught me right now. You know
Mhm.
Maldek, right? By
Yeah.
do I need to? Am I authorized to say this? Yes and no. Which parts? Okay. So in a timeline sense of I like timelines. I keep on crossing timeline that where I am at from my previous timeline, it's night and day. My wife from that timeline and my family from that timeline is way black and white from what I have right now. To the
Hmm.
point that people saying trying to escape their it's a deviation, sorry. People will try to escape their major lesson. But what my team is saying, the long you resist the lesson and not face it, whatever for what it is, the more it will persist.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest way to go through your spirituality is how much it's determined by how determined you are to face your lessons.
Mm-hmm.
The faster you more conquer your lessons, the more expanded you are, the more you catch yourself, the more you conquer your emotional body, your mental body. Your mental body, untrained and unconquered, will keep on saying, that's not true, that's bullshit, you're crazy. Your emotional body will say, be angry, they're bullying you, you're the victim here. You keep on, they keep on telling you that, but once you conquer them, you can tell them, shut up, I need to learn this. What do I need to do with this scenario? Oh, everyone's falling apart. What can we do with this? That's how calm I am right now. That in a crazy situation, I was like, oh, so what? Okay, group meeting. What do we do? Physical body, are you feeling in pain? Mental body, what's your thoughts? Emotional body, what are you feeling right now? Oh, I acknowledge that, but what can we do to deal with this situation? How about my team? Is what kind of lesson is this? What I need to know. So there's multiple things that I approach things, because as soon as you go over your main disabling lesson, because the first one is always the hardest one, always like this. As soon as you go across that highest bump of lesson in your life, everything is gonna be just like this. And you will feel it. Every day is a new, exciting day to wake up with. And there's always something new lessons every day, new fun stuff. So there's multiple like that. So, anything else you need to say? Any questions? So far, we can go to multiple rabbit holes, but we don't have time.
One person has asked a question. Let me see. Any multi-dimensional expert galactic need legions of the benevolent ones for
Yes,
years of mess and interfacing
cyborg
and
AR
life?
die. Yes, yes, we I have encountered those multiple timelines, negative timelines. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is one of, I'm not sure if everyone is advanced enough to take this message, especially for those star seeds, advanced
Mm-hmm.
star seeds. Some of the advanced star seeds are here. Fine. Oh my God. So that's why you gave me that download. Some of the star seeds here are here to correct all of those negative timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to go back a little bit about the Venusians, the Mercurians, the Martians, and all other aspects may be not in the same timeline. It may be us, humans, on a different planet, where that is our highest best timeline on that planet as a Venusian, but we are now trying to help Earth because that is not our highest best timeline. We couldn't go forward development wise on species to go. So that's why we created humans as an Earth being. Similar to multiple timelines, that we are sometimes an Orion, Dragonian, reptilian, and we are an AI, or sometimes we are consciousness as a rock and everything. But the thing is that all of these negative timelines is up to us.
Mm-hmm.
So our jobs to fix, because especially those who are talented with time and space, you can technically revert it back. I'm not allowed to say this, but one of my gifts they give me as an opportunity when I fully awakened or ascended my abilities, if if I want to go back to the time to decide if I want to still live with this family, and they showed me that timeline and I'm different and I'm alone, and I said I don't want to touch any timeline, because one small mishap could change my kids, could change my pets, and like the butterfly effect. So I just
Right.
said I like it as is. I'll make it. I'll make this timeline better. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah. Everything
Right
affects
on time.
everything. And we
So,
are right at the end here.
yeah.
We're going to wrap up and thank
Yep.
you, Lawrence, so much for your incredible sharing and your gift sharing, your light sharing, your healing and support of all light and life, and for being a lover of all life, holding to your accords and your gifts, your partnerships with your divine families, your guardians, and your families of light, your multidimensional bodies. Thank you for all of your sharing in every dimension, realm, and part of existence. I thank people in the expansion because we are here in a very expanded way now here on Earth and New Earth. So thank you so much for being your galactic self. And we are so grateful for our time with you. Thank you, Lawrence. You can find Lawrence's information in the chat, you all. And I'm going to turn things over now as we thank you, Lawrence. That was beautiful. You're lovely. And
Thank you.
bless your heart and blessings to you, your family, and in all dimensions, worlds, universes. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Big hearts for all of us who are transmuting and shifting through the lights of everything that's coming to meet us in this time of great change and galactic families in the Reformation project that's happening in our universe.
Thank you for journeying with us today on the English Mystic Podcast, Dragon Thunder Summit 2025 edition. This is just one voice, one frequency in a greater dragon symphony, each echoing across the earth right now. If you felt the stir in your heart, if you heard a whisper from your dragon allies, then the work is beginning. Be sure to explore all 36 epic speakers and their transmissions by heading over to the website www.dragonthunder2025.com, where the portal is open. Until next time, walk boldly with your dragons, speak your truth like fire, and may your path be guided by the ancient winds. Stay mystical, stay wild, stay dragon aligned. This is the English Mystic. See you next time.
In the realm where spirits dance, where dragons soar with fiery glance, a song of power, strength untold, for human hearts, for young and old. Wings that span the starry night, scales that gleam with ancient light. Dragons rise, guardians bold, tales of healing, tales untold. Almighty ones, wise and grand, protectors of this sacred land. With breath of fire, a timeless art, they heal and mend each wounded heart. Through shadows deep and forests wide, they guide us with a noble stride. In the dance of life, a sacred chance, to heed the call of dragon trance. Scale by scale, a shield they weave. In the moonlit night, their magic breathe. Whispers of protection, strong and true. In the realm where dreams come through. So gather round, O kin of earth. Let the dragon's melody give birth to healing streams and fiery light, as we journey through the shaman's night. O dragons, ancient and divine, your friendship like the stars will shine. In the tapestry of life, a song we weave with spirits, dragons, hearts believe.